I want to talk about identifying the false self, the identity, the parts of us that are controlling our subconscious mind, our actions every day, and we're not aware of it. So when I get up in the morning, I call it my ego. It could be the false self. There's a lot of things you could call it, but it's the part of me I'm moving from that I don't. It's not going to take me to where I want to be in life. It's just going to help me survive, right? Help me get through the day with the bare minimum, really. Saving face, maybe a little food, shelter, shit like that. Um, so I guess it's like moving from your. Anyways, um, I wake up and I'm like, I'm fucking tired. Fuck. So my body is trying to tell me I need more sleep, but I know I don't. I've got plenty of sleep. I'm just being lazy because we live in a first world. Like we don't. The objective to me is to not have to get up and be reactive. Everyone's in survival mode in this world. They're reacting. They're getting up because they have to, because they're getting by with the bare minimum, right? They're doing just what they have to do to not lose their house, lose their car, lose their family, lose, you know what I'm saying, and just survive. Rarely are people getting up because they want to get up for themselves. Everyone rushes home after work because they want to get to their, that's me time, that's my me time. They binge watch, and they do shit where they binge watch TV shows, go have a couple drinks, like whatever. I mean, to each their own, but those things aren't adding to you. Imagine if you got up for you and made your time first thing in the morning, so you weren't rushing home after work or whatever it is, you know, you have your own business, and everything you did in the morning was to add to you, not only for you, but for you to be available at your full potential for the rest of the world. So when the people you love and care about need you, you can be there fully. Could you imagine that? Have you ever even done that in your life? So when I get up, I'm tired. I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. Like, what should I do first? That's why I know I have to go to my planner. I have to write down the night before. I have to immediately extinguish, identify that how I feel and what I'm thinking are not contributing to how I want to move today in this world. I've already decided yesterday how I want to move today, what I want to do, what I need to take care of. And when the universe unfolds today over the next 24 hours, I will address those things. I won't fight anything that is coming from the universe. I will only push off the things that I am projecting out or blocking myself from doing that's going to add to me. And another thing is, like, huge advocate for running over lifting weights, because lifting weights only builds your fucking ego. You still have perception. You're not moving from perspective. When you go to sleep at night, your serotonin levels are all like bumping up and shit. When you go, and like you have dreams, and your dreams are constantly going from perception to perspective, perception, perspective. Sometimes you get like a bird's eye view of yourself, of what's going on. When you're running, you're able to activate that vision, that imagination from a perspective point of view constantly. Very hard. It's I've never worked out. I've never lifted weights and been able to do that. All lifting weights has ever done has built up my ego. Now, it's okay to build the ego as long as we're using it as a tool. So when I'm running, if my body is trying to tell me to stop, to slow down, I'm doing better than I did yesterday, I don't deserve anything. I don't deserve a break. Because if somebody sees me slow down and stop, that gives them an excuse to slow down and stop. I want to operate at my full potential so I can do the most with that little bit of time I have here and give the most with that little bit of time I have here. And hopefully I build something that will keep giving after I die. After this body, after I leave this body, you know? So whenever I'm trying to use my ego as a tool, after I've identified what I want to do, and I do that like Lao Tzu, like I said yesterday from Lao Tzu, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. I start taking one step in the direction towards my higher self, and I don't let my body, the feelings, and my thoughts, my ego, my analytical self dictate where I'm going. I can now use those things to project, just rocket me forward. So I'm using, like, here's an example. I'm running earlier. I don't want to give too much away because then it won't happen if I talk about it. But I see a business that I've had before, but it's from a new angle. I can do it better and narrow down on a niche, right? Because I've already got tons of content in that niche. Now I can really narrow down on it. And I was seeing it from a perspective, from how others would view my business when they saw it. And then my body was like, oh, your knee's popping. It was telling me, it was like, knee, oh. So I was like, fuck that. So I just started lifting my legs higher, pop, 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 going faster. And I just kept going. I just keep going. Next thing I knew, I went about a quarter, maybe probably more than a quarter, maybe a half a mile. I'm not really too sure, because then I zoned back out into my vision. And then I left my vision, and then I was here. I could smell the pine trees. I could hear the squirrels, the birds. Dude, it was gnarly, bro. I couldn't even hear my breath really that much until I tuned into it. If you don't run, I strongly recommend you get out there and hit the pavement and see what it does for you mentally, spiritually, psychologically, physically. It's so much better than just lifting weights. And then what I do, I go home and I don't want to call it, yeah, I guess maybe it's like busy work, but like just simple tasks, right? And then I jump right into calisthenics. And that's where I start building up my ego, right? Myself. So when I come into the world, I feel clean, I feel pure. Like when I go into work, I feel clean, I feel pure. I took care of myself so I could take care of other people. And now I've got that confidence, that assurance that I can do anything I put my mind to. And when people ask me, here, all the time, people are like, Travis, can you do this for me? Can you do this? Can you do this? Like, not in a do boy way, because I ain't no fuck ass do boy, but because people know I can get it done. I'll make sure it's done right, and I will make sure everyone is taken care of, and I won't neglect my needs. If they really need me, I'll be there for them. They can count on me. And that's where I feel best. I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm doing the not doing. Another Tao Te Ching thing, which I thought doing not doing was like yin and yang. Like you do an action, you create a rhythm vibration. No, it's like getting in flow state. It's doing the thing that's calling to you instead of forcing everything. I know that sounds contradictory because I have to force myself to get in a certain rhythm and pattern. But once I force myself to just, like I said the other day, I smother that punk bitch in me that wants to take it easy, go slow. Why everyone else isn't trying this hard? Everyone else isn't going this hard. I'll talk myself out of anything. I don't like that shit. I don't like when somebody tries to talk me out of something. I don't like when somebody tries to talk me into something. Ain't nobody gonna make me move but me. But once I get through that, so it's like, it's really just bringing up the levels of unconsciousness, where you're unconscious, you're the first two levels, your vibration's at like 200, because your emotions, your feelings, emotions, and your thoughts are controlling everything about you. You are not in control. And then you go into ego. You go into control. You are controlling everything that you do. You're not moving from fear. You're being proactive. And then you're able to move into the oneness, flow state, where everything flows to you. Things are attracted to you. and you're flowing everything. The universe is coming through you and out of you into other people. I think that's the process. I think that's what I'm pretty sure. I'm not, that's, I'm positive that's what I'm fucking doing. That's got to be what I'm doing. It can't be anything else but that. That's all I got for y'all today. Get out there and give it. Create or conform. Love y'all.